What is going on, everybody? This is 86 here, back with some more Diablo 4, and just gonna have some druid gameplay going on in the background. But just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about a video I did the other day, and just kind of wanted to touch base with community. And there's been a lot of talk about the big changes coming to Diablo 4, and how they're really gonna do some things to shake up the game, and hopefully it'll become much more of what people wanted in Diablo 4. Um, Been a lot of talk. Like I said, some streamers have went and seen a preview of a future updates coming to Diablo 4, and it looked like it's a lot of the stuff that the people in the community have been asking for. We don't really have any finite details on that of what specifically is coming to Diablo 4, but I kind of just wanted to get like a feel from the community and just see what you guys really want to be brought to Diablo 4, what you guys think will actually help make the game a better game. And I really think that one of the big things is that really need to be like implemented into the game is, of course, official leaderboards, not having to go to like a third party website to find leaderboards would, be very, very good and very beneficial to the game to be able to track your progress in game, compare yourself to other players in game, and see where you place on a leaderboard. I think would probably be like the single strongest addition they could do to the game. But hopefully, they will also do it in a way where it's not really exploitable like the Gauntlet was previously. Hopefully, it's something. I think that they should honestly just do something kind of similar to the Pit, or like greater rifts or whatever. However, it used to be. I'm not really 100% sure, but something more straightforward where you just have to run through, kill mobs at increasing difficulty, and then a boss at the end. But hopefully something to where it really can't be manipulated or you can't exploit it in any way, of course. But I think that'll be like the single biggest change that they could um, implement for Diablo 4 that would help at least. Of course, there's a lot of things I think that could be added and implemented. Some other sort of in-game system, something with a little bit more variety. I know Nightmare Dungeons can get pretty stale. They did add some things to kind of update Nightmare Dungeons. It's a step in the right direction, but I still feel like they kind of need a little bit more. The bosses, especially in Nightmare Dungeons, feel very, very boring, very samey. I'd like it if like you had like a chance, like in every Nightmare Dungeon, like you had a chance to spawn like certain like rare Nightmare Dungeon bosses that were like more difficult, more challenging, or like some kind of greater encounter you'd have a chance to encounter in Nightmare Dungeons. I like better bosses for sure in Nightmare Dungeons. The bosses in Nightmare Dungeons are terrible. Um, I just really want to see more variety of things to do. I know they're going to be updating Infernal Legions at some point, which I think will be really good. To Infernal Legions are nice, but to me they get very repetitive and very boring pretty fast because you're just sitting in a little, circular area, just doing the same thing over and over. I mean, there is like a few various objectives that you can do, but I would definitely just like to see the end game still fleshed out more and just having more alternatives to activities and maybe not focusing. I hope the mechanics don't really focus so much on multiplayer, like more for. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing because I'm caught up talking. Got the boss here, but I just really want to know what can they actually do to make the end game good, incomparable to, like, we need that chase again for sure. And I don't know if mythics necessarily do that. Um, Mythics are good, but We got that one to legendary. So I got all of my glyphs to legendary now. Just keep leveling them up, I guess. Um, I want to start getting some bossing done soon. I'm trying to think of what else could like really benefit Diablo 4 in the end game. Um, I know one big plight of contention in the community is like legendaries are like far too like you get legendaries far too much. And like I know one thing, like when you're leveling, like you're constantly changing your gear and you're having to change like go to the blacksmith and change affixes. I would really like an update on gear at some point to where like maybe there was just a way to like move all current affixes over to a new piece of gear or something without having, even if it's like kind of a steep price, but just doing something more simple would be good for that. The pit coming back, or not the pit, the gauntlet coming back. I don't know if that would necessarily be the best thing for the in-game leaderboards. Um, I would kind of like something like Nightmare Dungeons. I think we're supposed to feel like mapping, but they just don't. I really wish there was like some kind of greater in-game system to progress through, where you felt like you were making some sort of in-game progression. Um, like the Atlas passive tree and Path of Exile, I think does a really good job of that, where killing the map boss gives you a skill point, and then you progress through, and eventually you buff up all the things that you want to do in Path of Exile with the various skill points. Some kind of like greater in-game progression system for Diablo 4 would be really good, instead of just feeling like, okay, I do pit, push pit as far as I can until I can't no more, and then I need to farm up and upgrade my gear until I get to a certain point. I mean, the only real in-game loop in Diablo 4 feels like upgrade your glyphs, run nightmare dungeons, push pit as far as you can. I mean, you could do Helltide, but there's no real incentive to do Helltide, at least not that I know of. Um, you could do Infernal Legion, but there's, I mean, you get crafting mats from Infernal Legion, but other than that, what's the real incentive from doing that? There's the Undercity, which you can target farm certain things, which is kind of nice. But there's no like real form of in-game progression in Diablo 4. Um, like I'd really like it if maybe like they made nightmare dungeons, like the escalating nightmare dungeons. Like if there was a way to just like continually progress that somehow, and like along like a tree or something, or like I don't know. I'm not a game developer. I don't know what the perfect answer is for Diablo 4's end game, but I just know that it still just feels like it's missing something. Um, Kind of just want to see what like the community can come up with that they think would be an interesting addition to the actual end game. Um, like even like a boss rush mode would be kind of cool. I don't. There's like definitely so many things that they could do. Even something like a delve experience, like from Path of Exile would be cool. Let's just go. I'm gonna go run Nightmare Dungeon real fast just for fun. But yeah, at least it's finally my Friday, so I just got to get through the work day and get to my weekend hopefully, and got a powwow I'm gonna be going to this weekend, which should be fun. I got to do some painting at work today, which kind of sucks. But so what else could they possibly do for Diablo 4's in game to make it better? I know ladder, like I said, for sure is definitely one of them. Um, I'd like to see just more bosses. I feel like there can never be too many in-game bosses. Maybe even some type of like boss ladder would be kind of cool. Um, Trying to think of what else. I'm trying to brainstorm here of anything I could think of that would improve the end game for Diablo 4. It definitely needs more chase. Like there needs to be something more to chase in the end game besides mythics. I don't something about mythics just they don't feel mythic. You know, legendaries don't feel legendary, uniques don't feel unique. It's like they kind of I don't know. It's kind of where I want to hear from you guys down in the community too, and what you guys feel like would be really beneficial to Diablo 4's end game. Would definitely like to see just more of a progression system for the actual end game. That would that would definitely be right up there with probably my what that progression system is. I'm not really sure. Just definitely want to feel to not feel like I run out of things to do or am tired of doing the things that there are to do. You just definitely need more options. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do for Diablo 4 because all things considered, this game is not completely terrible. It's definitely a lot better than what it was when it first launched. Um, for some reason, I just find it to be a very chill ARPG at the moment. Like I don't mind just jumping in and just running some dungeons, grinding up some gear, and just kind of sitting back and relaxing, building, working on different builds, and seeing how far I can progress. And it just right now it still feels very chill and very um, it's just a relaxed experience, and just really like playing it to just kind of lay back. I really want in-game leaderboards for sure. That's like the number one biggest thing I would like to see. And I would like to see, like, I don't mind Nightmare Dungeons, but I want to see something parallel to like Nightmare Dungeons, like a different form of just your core in-game system besides Nightmare Dungeons. Like, I don't care if it's like a delving system, or a mapping system, or I mean, they've got to be able to come up with something. Okay, there's my Grizzly Rage. That shit was down. Think of something to really add some in-game progression and add some kind of reward structure and like even if it's like an in-game Slay the Spire type roadmap where you just follow along and just do like maps along the thing, even if like a roguelike type thing would be kind of cool, like a roguelike in-game thing where you like pick different buffs and um boons types thing, like what is that I'm thinking of in Path of Exile kind of does that now that I think about it. The Forgotten, what is that? I can't think of the thing in Path of Exile where it's called, where you what is that thing called again? Man, I forgot Path of Exile had that. Path of Exile has everything already. That like kind of like roguelike experience where you go through, You pick the different bones and the or whatever. I can't think of what that thing is called right now. But even something like that in Diablo 4 would be kind of cool. They need to take some lessons from Path of Exile already. It's like Path of Exile took inspiration from Diablo 2. So I think it's time that Diablo 4 takes inspiration from Path of Exile already. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. They could definitely use some inspiration from Path of Exile for sure. And like I feel like so many ARPGs do stuff like that that if you do it right, it's not gonna feel like you're just straight up copying something. You know, there's nothing wrong with being inspired by a different game. Games do that shit all the time. Like Path of Exile was highly inspired by like Final Fantasy X, like that whole um like leveling skill tree that was inspired by Final Fantasy X, the grid system in Final Fantasy X. Well, of course, the main gameplay was inspired by Diablo 2, but I heard they were really big fans of the grid system in Final Fantasy X, which never played that one. At least I don't think I played. I don't remember ever playing Final Fantasy X. Oh, I gotta take this over. Yeah, so this is just kind of a little ramble about D4's in game, just kind of brainstorming about some things that I feel like would be good or beneficial to Diablo 4's in game, and just a little bit of a vlog. Just kind of me chilling right now. Just chilling, chatting, trying to spark some conversation with you guys in the community and see what you guys think. And I really want to hear what you guys think about the current state of Diablo 4 in game. I want to know what you guys think are the upcoming changes coming to Diablo 4's in game, which that's stuff that people in the community have been talking about. And also, I didn't even take this back. See, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. Take that back. Okay, now I'm good. I really hope that they are cooking and they are going to be having some big changes coming. Even if the next expansion, which I'm already skeptical about buying it because the last expansion was Vessel of Hatred was pretty mid, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like the Spiritborn very much. I really hope the next expansion has the Paladin class. I really hope so. If they don't, then they are fucking up. Anyways, besides that, I do want to hear some speculation about what's coming on the new on the with all the new updates that they're talking about. Be nice to hear what the community wants to see or is speculating about. Where's the last one? It's way up there. Tell I'm not paying attention right now. I'm so out of it today though. I woke up late. I already got to get ready for work soon. Let's get a little bit of game time in before chilling, trying to wake up. Can't wait to see what Diablo 4 does though, because like I said, there's just something about Diablo 4 that just Diablo universe period that just draws me in. I'm just too much of a Diablo fan. I'm really thinking about going back to Diablo 2 though. I'm playing some Resurrected though again. I might start doing that again, playing some Diablo 2 Resurrected. Check that shit out. Might not be a bad idea. That's just such a classic game. So yes, like I said, let me know in the comments below what you guys think would either be really good for Diablo 4's in game. I want to hear like what you guys can brainstorm, which would be good additions. Um, and also what do you guys think they're going to be adding to Diablo 4's in game? Because You know, been some talk, like I said, with some content creators have already kind of seen what's going to be coming to the game. So there's, you know, some talk in the Diablo 4 community. I want to hear some speculation on what we think that might be. I really want leaderboards to come back. That's like the number one thing that needs to come back. Before that needs to be back next season already. It's been too long. They need to get on the ball already. I gotta pretty much get ready for work though. I'm a mess right now. I'm tired. It's my Friday at least. So that's good. Other than that, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Diablo 4's future, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.